situation, and it doesn't get a whole lot easier with that clock continuously ticking, Nick.
8:42 to go. Back to throw is King, looking left, surveys, chucks it to the near side. Pass is caught. Moving upfield is Stallone. He's got a first down, fumbles the football, and picks up his own fumble and moves the chains. 1st and 20 turns into a 22-yard first down pickup by Michael Stallone for only his second catch today. Move the chains, make it a Riverside first down.
Michael Stallone getting all the lucky breaks. The ball bouncing his way, literally. Fumbles the ball, and it bounces right back up in his hands. Big gain, though.
It's been the way that the ball is rolled if you're the Tigers this half. Delay handoff, Foster, he's loose. Squirms across midfield, still moving into enemy territory down to the 44-yard line. 16 yards and a Tiger first down. Move the chains.
Still, it isn't time to abandon your greatest strength. Your greatest strength being Denzel Foster.
He's out. Jordan Howard's in, the sophomore out of Redlands. 1st and 10 from the 44 of the Mounties, trailing 28-14. Mounties bring the blitz. Delay handoff goes to Howard, and that run's taken down behind the line, making a loss of 1.
You could see the difference in running backs, I would say. Howard goes out there, gets a loss. When Denzel Foster is out there, before the first half, he was averaging 10 yards a pop.
They had 6 to this point on 9 carries. He'll flank the quarterback who's out of the gun. Mounties jumped off sides. That'll be 5 yards. Now the Tigers with 7:38 to go. Do you continue to pass, or do you still keep the Mount Sac defense honest by mixing up your play calls here?
7:38 in a football game is an eternity in football. It really is. And
especially with the stopped first down clocks.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Kraft, I keep it balanced. I continue to give it Denzel Foster in the run game.
Yeah, he's into the game after the Howard 1-yard loss. 4 wide set. Jeter, who had the touchdown, pushed out to the right-hand side, and those 5 yards may be coming back as there was a false start for the Tigers by number 71, Matthew Dier.
How much is nerves playing in the game here? Late in the ball game, 4th quarter for the Southern California State title game. I mean, it's got to be an issue for sure.
Nick King trying to, in his biggest comeback effort, put the Tigers back on top. Delay handoff to Foster, will end up losing 2. And there's been far too many runs that end up losing yardage than what Tom Kraft and company would like. 3rd down and forever here with 7:03 to go. Nick King has to make a play. He's been a whole lot better on 3rd downs as of late, but it's still been a far, far different story than the Tigers during the regular season on 3rd downs.
Here you go. The first of many situations Nick King will have to come through.
Safeties, there's none of them. King goes long, firing for wide open Duran Burton, but the pass was out of bounds. Well, King took a nasty hit, luckily released the football, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that is not that disappointed that on 4th down the Tigers
will go for it. It seems like in the previous play, Burton totally didn't see the blitz coming. The Mounties engaging everybody into Nicholas King's face. He's got to be able to realize, hey, I got to be able to just run a streak instead of coming back.
The Mounties crowd is on their feet on a 4th down, and they are having their voices heard. This is actually a relatively loud appearance for the Mount Sac crowd. 6:43 to go in the ball game. 4th down and forever here. This isn't really a winner go home play, if you will, for the Tigers, but it is extremely important.
I would say it is, Nick. The time's running out. You're down 2 possessions, 28-14. This is a huge 4th down right now. And Nicholas King, this is the type of situation where we are going to find out whether you're a champion or not.
Well, the Tigers put themselves in a monumental hole, and you'll win or loss, go back to the opening half, reflecting on it with 8 punts on 8 possessions, and think we really, through 2.5 quarters, let this game slip away, which is awfully unfortunate here at home with the Southern California title at stake.
How about the Mounties? Still no turnovers on their part, so a huge victory on that part of the ball game.
Oh, it certainly is. They resurrected a unit that committed 5 turnovers in the meeting just a month and a half ago. 4th down, the Tigers absolutely need this. 4 wide set. King looking to throw. Sinaveni screaming off the edge, and down he goes. A 4th down sack for Mr. Tama Avena. That'll be his first sack since all the way back in week number 6. It has been a very, very long time since the sophomore has gone to the quarterback, and the Riverside Tigers can ill afford for that streak to continue as they'll commit their 5th sack given up tonight.
This is the first time I've ever seen Nicholas King come off the field with frustration, not taking anything from any of his teammates, trying to receive some encouragement from his teammates. He's not having it. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. With 6:38 remaining, still a lot of football, but that could have been it, Nick.
Well, hold your horses. There is still plenty of time. That defense has scored 49 points this year through defensive touchdowns and 3 combined safeties. Allo will begin this drive hoping to not give up another score from the 45 of Riverside. Tigers bring 8. Delay handoff to Omaris Tolbert, and that run will end up gaining 2 as he falls forward to the opposing 45 as the tackle was made by Christopher Lewis.
RCC right now, in my opinion, I'd stack the box. I'd control that run game. I allow my great cornerbacks to play man-to-man and shut down those wide receivers, eliminate the deep pass. Right now, the Mounties' game plan is to kill that clock.
6:08 to go. Mounties lead by 14 in a game that's gotten away offensively from the Riverside Tigers. Pistol set and a play action. Allo looking deep. Pass rush coming. Chucks it long. Pass is complete. Christopher Gilchrist will be veered out of bounds at the opposing 26 and pick up a fresh set of downs for Mount Sac.
Wow, the Mounties really got away with it was so obvious. Even up here, I saw the holding from the left tackle of the Mounties on what I think was Jeremiah Mitchell.
Yeah, this crowd is livid here on the near side. 5:48 to go. That clock moves. The Tigers' defense is reeling after giving up yet another first down. Tom Kraft is furious. You could fry an egg on his head as he's walking all the way out to midfield.
The official totally missed a call. That's why he's heated like that. It seems like we could hear him up there.
You can. Actually, why don't we just put the mic out and you can definitely take a listen.
We really could, huh?
Well, with 5:45 to go, it's been a very, very regrettable half by that Riverside offense to begin the game. The defense gave up the long touchdown and 14-point deficit yet again with only 5:45 to go. The Tigers need to make the stop. And even then, Mounties are already in field goal range.
They need to make a stop, more like they need a turnover for a score. That's what's really needed for RCC. They've done it all season long in the fourth quarter in tough situations. Just like the last meeting against the Mounties, they were able to cause 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble recovery taken to the house. Here, no turnovers, so a little behind schedule.
You can never doubt that Tigers defense that has been the anchor for the Riverside 10-1 start. No flags, as Allo will end up taking a 3-yard sack. It looked like there was a plethora of false starts.
Right, it was offsides. It was false start. Everything in the book right there, pretty much.
Everything. As the officials yet again don't call anything there. 2nd and 13 from the 30-yard line. It'd be a 47-yard field goal if they don't gain another foot. 5:23 to go on a running clock.
Possibly a makeup call from the officials' part, not calling a holding, which was an obvious holding call from the Mounties to the Riverside, but that was uncalled and maybe, like I said, a possible makeup call.
Wilson and Tolbert dot the I. Handoff goes to Omaris Tolbert. Bouncing outside. That run will end up losing 2. Tackle made by A.J. Hodgkins. Is it too little too late for the Tigers as Tom Kraft elects to burn his second timeout? 4:59 remain between the Mounties and a trip to the state championship game. The Tigers are trying to come back from 14 down with under 5 to go.
The Mounties currently, I feel, are a little bit outside where they're supposed to be if they're looking for an extra 3 points from their field goal kicker. In this type of situation, the Mounties are going to just possibly do a screen pass, maybe a draw, just try to get an extra few yards to get themselves in field goal range.
Alberto Villarreal's long is a 42-yard kick. He missed one earlier from right around that range. And right now it'd be a 48-yard try if the Mounties didn't move at all. 3rd down and 14. What's the play called defensively?
Defensively, you got to stack the box, make sure that run and that draw play is contained. And next, just a pure shutdown attempt from their cornerbacks because those wide receivers are prone to catch that ball down the middle.
Only one sack by the defense today, no takeaways, yet they still have held a top-flight Mounties offense to just 28 points. They average on the year 42. From the gun on a 3rd and 14, Mounties, a first down may just about seal it. He'll keep Allo to the outside, across the 30, squirts out of a tackle, out of another missed tackle, and he'll pick up the first down. That's ridiculous. On 3rd and 14, 3 missed tackles, and Justin Allo on 3rd and forever is right near a Mountie first down.
A design quarterback keeper right there. Justin Allo showing us how much he wants to win this championship ball game.
And he picked up the first down on 3rd and 14.
We knew it was coming. Where the run was going, that was the question.
And the Tigers missed 3 tackles on that play alone. The last was by Cortland Fort, who had his arms on Allo 8 yards before the first down. And Allo, just like a pinball machine, was able to bounce off of Tigers and move the chains. He runs the same direction, inside the 15. And this time the Tigers got him. Terrence Solomon wraps him up, brings him down for his yet another tackle. And brings up a second down and long. It's just been a demoralizing effort here. 4 minutes to go. The Tigers are an extremely slim chance to win this ball game or even come close, face a 2nd down and 9 defensively.
I wouldn't say it's going to take a miracle, but just near to that is what RCC is praying for pretty much.
2-back set for Justin Allo. Brandon Wilson to the left side, and Omaris Tolbert will block. Brandon Wilson inside the 5. He'll ramble into the end zone. Touchdown Mounties. And you could basically call this one a final. Mount Sac leads 34-14 with under 4 minutes to go.
All game long, your defense has been trying to create something for your offense. Unfortunately, time is just about run out, and I would say that RCC defense is just flat out tired. All season long, they've been the focal point of this squad. The focal point to the point where they're winning ball games. But in a game where it's so evenly matched, so evenly drawn up by jab strap, I mean, it was going to take just a next level type of approach here.
Well, it looks like the Tigers are about 346 away from their second consecutive Southern California championship exit. Tom Kraft is livid on the sideline. It's a man who is now 0 for 2 in this scenario. It's just been that kind of night for the offense.
How much of that would you say, a question for you, Nick, how much would you say is just inexperience on the part of Coach Kraft compared to jab straps 16 years plus?
Well, this is the 21st season that he has been a collegiate coach. And what's very ironic is that Jastrab has been around for 21 years. Same exact time that he's been a collegiate coach. As Tom Kraft knows how to do it. He was an assistant at Palomar when they won 2 state championships, actually, interestingly enough. But in this ball game, that offense was just the Achilles heel. 11 possessions and 11 consecutive punts. And it just was a hole that was too big to climb out of. And you really look at the ball game, and you can credit some of that last-second touchdown drive by the Mounties to make it 14-0 with the Tigers' inability to do anything on the offensive side.
Right.
And I mentioned this again. And you take a look at the numbers, and the Tigers were just flat-out pathetic on the offensive end through the first 2.5 quarters. And it would have been great for them to come back, but you take a look at it, and it was too enormous of a hole to come back from.
It's as if the RCC Tigers they peaked a little too early. It would have been nice if the Tigers here in this ball game would have peaked and plateaued here, but it seems as if they plateaued earlier in the season, and that's at the highest level they were going to play.
Well, it's how fitting is Nick King gives up another sack, and livid for the Tigers is Dwayne Wallace, and he is just flat out frustrated that he just gave up yet another sack. Make it
the 4th sack that RCC has given up this
I think
game.
It's more than that. I think it must be 5.
Possibly.
Or even 6. That may be a little bit dramatic, but, well, we're going to go ahead and call this one just about a final. 3:10 to go. Now it's time to play for some pride points. As you head into